Some of our people or the population out there at the grassroots, they define gender equality wrongly. She's coming to boss out because now they want to compare themselves with the men. You know, they want to do what men do. But instead of the context of gender equality that says it simply means let us have equal access to education, equal access to resources, to finances, to jobs, to everything.
When we talk of the gender equality, over 28.5% of the seat in parliament today is occupied by women.
You know, the equality is still not there. There is injustice. When we talk about gender equality, we don't talk about those who are in the city. We are talking about the grassroots. We are talking about the common citizen that we represent.
We don't have equality of the services in the community between disability and the non-disability. We are facing a lot of challenges. Mostly the women, we are in double violence. We are facing women violence and we are facing disability violence in our community.
And when there is a war, so this hearing impaired, they just isolated.
I find it difficult, like there's no gender equality to all the genders in the field of businesses, because sometimes they believe that the role of women are just to sell greens, tea, salon business, and all that.
People of my age, it's like it's really hard for you to move from one place to another, though you are innocent. The police, when they come, always, when they find girls staying in a group like this, trust me, they will not beat them up or arrest them up. But if we boys, we have to stay in a group, definitely they will start harassing us up because they don't trust the young age, though some of us might be innocent, something like that. And I think like there's no gender equality in treating people like harassing people or arresting, something like that.
In the areas of employment, we have seen that girls and boys are both affected.
When we talk about employment opportunities, it simply means employing both genders, whether being male and female.
The youth should be allowed to have freedom of speeches.
We are not allowed to speak. We don't have an open portal and where we can be able to express ourselves with the leaders that we have in this country.
Tabang maji kang makan dia. Maji ikata ko niya ko maji ga tu sikulu. Ako urja. Ako kakende ko kongon ako malu jandi gore inu dingina ko na malu nu ko manal malu nu ako na gwe kata.
In our communities, some parents suggest that girls are not, they don't have this right to be educated. They are for sale.
In most cases, when you talk about the peace and security, I know young people in one way or the other are being used.
It's the very young people who cause insecurities in South Sudan. They're the one killing, they're the one carrying guns, they're the one rebelling, they're the one raiding cattle. Everything is the young people.
It's not as a young people who want to cause the destruction. Some leaders are a problem.
Somebody in town who have amassed for himself enough wealth, when he's fired from the position, he rushed to the village to mobilize the young people.
Youth who are supposed to be peacemakers, now they are being used to create violence, which become insecurity for all of us in South Sudan. And the women on the other side, for the peace and the security part, are not protected.
Lack of salaries to the workers, success soldiers' salaries. Soldiers' salaries are not coming in time. That's why they will look for a way to go and steal. This can lead to a lack of security.
I was thinking that it will also be good for our partners and the institution of the government that are working in the struggle of the bridging of the gap of gender equality, to set up programs like the youth clubs in different states headquarters or state counties, depending on how feasible it will be, to engage youth in debate on some of this topic.
There is a need, first of all, to create awareness, to let them know that they have constitutional right. There is a need for us to differentiate who is the youth and who is the shy.
Carrying out trainings, workshops on the importance of gender equality, peace and security to the youth. The armed forces should be told that their work is to protect the people, not to scare the people.
All government departments must have desks where we can channel in our problems.
The government has to really work so hard and look forward on girls' education.
Selection of our own leaders through elections, this is very important. One of the main reasons as to why it will be hard for South Sudan to have peace is the issue of the leaders. You know how South Sudanese, they give us leaders instead of us selecting our leaders.
The youth should be allowed to have freedom of speeches.
We need a country where let citizens understand that we need to move freely from 24/7. We need to feel our rights that at least we're in a country. But you cannot just move like, let me say from 6 upwards, then you start going sleeping. Our babies.
Our culture, that culture, has to adjust to the demands now, because the rights that they need to be advocated for are things to do with education, hospitals. That cannot be discussed in the grazing lands. They have to be discussed in government houses.
Could have like a radio talk show where a few of us will go, maybe different radios, FMs, we share with them, or we could set up exact dates every week.
لكن حسنا إن خلاص ونسب كل حاجة وكل حاجة نقول شلو لحكومة وحكومة بقدر سار إننا في حاجة نقول عملوا ده وكمان بمدامة تاكم سوا ما أنا براو أنا ما إتا إني أجي نادر لحقتنا سوا تمام.
It is often said that if we cannot build the future for the young people, we should build the young people for the future. But I do believe that it is possible for us to both build the young people for the future and build a future for the young people. We've harnessed the inputs of young people across various demographic characteristics as it relates to peace building, nation building, addressing climate change, and basically building the country that we want. Therefore, I call upon all stakeholders, from government to the lowest community-based organization and to individuals themselves, that it is time for us to begin to create an enabling environment where the diverse capacity of young people, irrespective of their demographic characteristics, can be harnessed for building a nation that has sustainable peace, progress, and economic development. There is nothing we can do for young people without young people. Let's come together to make this happen. Thank you.